Okay, so this is how I work with Spark on getting him comfortable with being handled. Okay, so I've got him sitting in front of me. You may want to put the leash on Ginny and put your foot on it just to keep her in the area so she doesn't wander away. So I would do that if you need to do that, because the goal is that she stays with you and works through this exercise. So what you're going to do, what you're going to start out, if you're going to start using the back of your hand, it's much less evasive than the front of your hand. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand, you're going to start bringing it toward her face. Now, that was the little lick. Now, he's very good at this, but what you're going to do, when you do this and you bring your hand toward Ginny, if she gives it a quick sniff or whatever, that's okay. So what your job is, if you do that, then you just present the treat. There's no clicker involved. This is totally classically conditioning her. We're changing her response to your hands going toward her face, or anybody's hands going toward her face, to one of, oh, something good happens, versus, oh, I need to react to that, or I'm afraid of that. So back of my hand, I'm going to come toward his face. When I get no reaction, now see, he's doing touch because he knows that so well, but that's okay. And I'll do this hand, so I bring it over here. But see how it's completely neutral? That's what your goal is. And then I'll give him a response here. I'll give him a reward. So I'm going to bring my hand toward his side of his face. See how there's absolutely no reaction? That's what your ultimate end is here. But if you go in too fast like this and she reacts, or she backs up, what I call that is resentment. If she backs up, or if she puts her, if she turns and puts her muzzle on your hand, like a bump, you know what the nose bump is. You don't want that. So what your job is you only come halfway. You've got to start, and you've got to go at the pace that she can tolerate and where she's successful. So my hand's coming towards his face, no reaction, I reward him. My hand's coming towards his face, no reaction, I reward him. My job is so I can get up to the point where I can just rest the back of my hand on the side of his face. No mouth, no nothing, no reaction at all. And I'm going to jackpot it for that one. I gave him a really, really nice peanut butter treat for that one. Okay? So you're going to continue to work on this like this. And what you want to do, you can also work on having her chin in your hand. That's another day. I don't know if I've got a video for that one. But you want to start making it so you can start bringing the palm of your hand toward her face. And make the session short, 2 or 3 minutes at a time, okay? So the palm, now see how he moved away? I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to put my hand toward his face. He's moving away. I'm going to do it this way. You can see him. Okay, and I had a treat in my hand, so that's my bad. All right, so what I'm doing here, as I progress through this, I'm going to start calling it some fun stuff so he knows. So what I'm going to do is, when I can put my hand right here, I'm going to say shoulder, and then I'm going to back the hand off, and I'm going to reward him. Then I'll do the other side, shoulder, and I'll give him reward. But again, you got to work up to this. This didn't happen overnight. This took me about a week before I could get to do shoulder without him going, whoa, and backing off to the side or backing off at all. Shoulder, there you are, good boy. And you might have to stay on one side for 2 or 3 sessions, that's fine. Shoulder, good boy, good boy. And then, I know he's pushing into me, and then I did chest. So you can see what I'm doing is I'm helping him get completely and totally used to my hands being around his head. So now what I'll do is I'll do shoulder, but I'll bring my hand up here, and I'll just touch the back of his head like this, very gently with one finger. And I have fun with him. I call it, noogie, you want your noogie? And he likes that. So, but again, I'm not going at his head like this. That I avoid that at all costs. Don't reach for your dog's head. If you're gonna come up and pat a head, always start down here, and then you can always go up like that. But coming over a dog's face like that into their face, onto the head, most dogs don't have any tolerance for that. And they're gonna back away and or possibly snap at you. Come over here, sit. So I'm gonna do shoulder, shoulder, and I'm going to start using both hands. I'm going to do chest. Oh, that's okay in a minute. And a noogie, noogie, good boy. And you see how he's very relaxed. And I'm going to give him a jackpot for that because he works hard for this. Because remember, I couldn't touch him when I first got him. And I've had to do so much work like this to get him totally used to it. So that's how you want to start. The other thing that you can do is teach her to put her chin in your hand too. Come here, go here, sit. And the way you can do that is you would just start, you just take your hand and just, with one finger even, just touch the bottom of her chin. If she just holds still, reward her. Again, what your ultimate goal is to get 2 fingers under there. And remember, you're keeping it there for a nanosecond. And you don't want any backing up, any mouthing, nothing. You want completely okay with, you're putting your hand under the chin, okay? So your goal is for this one is, I know, I'm gonna move so you can see, is he will rest his chin in my hand. Oh, and now see how he pulled away? I am not gonna reward that. So I'm gonna do it again. There. There was no pullback. And I have labeled this. Chin. Good. Okay, I'm not going to reward that. Chin. Nope. So you can see he still falters. Chin. 3rd time's a charm. There you go. So I'm glad he made some boo-boos here so you can see, you know, how specific I get in rewarding what I want. And that's very important in this type of process. Be very clear what you want. And don't be wishy-washy with it. Be very crystal clear with her what you're going to accept and what you're going to reward for. It takes some time. You're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks of this till she's totally comfortable with it. But that's okay. I'd rather have you take 3 weeks to 4 weeks. But then she's not hand shy, and that's worth its weight in gold, okay? So I can do it him. You want noogies? Noogies! Noogies! And he's like, woo, because now I ask her, shoulder, yay! Chin, good job. Chest, because he's going to the groomer tomorrow, and I do this for that too, and I will do, we got to do feet. Oh, we got to do this little piggy. See, this little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. And this little piggy had none. And this little piggy cried wee, wee, wee all the way home. Just so the groomers have no problem with them cutting his nails, so he's used to his feet being touched. And there's his jackpot. So there you go. I'm going to upload this to YouTube and send you the link.